Welcome, Virgo, to tonight's reading. Virgo does not have to be your sun placement. It can be sun, moon, rising, maybe a specific placement that you're checking in on. Maybe you have a lot of Virgo in your chart. Cross watchers are welcome. First of all, I feel like you may be struggling to juggle something at the moment. Or maybe you're doing it really well. It's hard to say if it's a struggle or not, but it looks like you're juggling more than one thing. And I know that you can be like a good multitasker. I think all I would say is to not lose sight of the things that like really matter during this time, or that like spark life or give life, like the whatever the creative, like mother-like energies are that are you like. It's like embodying yourself as a mother, like giving birth to projects or creative pursuits or passion projects or something like that. There's like something that you do that makes you feel alive, and it's your thing, and no one can take that away from you. Maybe for some of you, you're trying to balance like the responsibilities of life and the things that you enjoy in life, and leaning into practices that really fill you up. And for some of you, there might be like a level of like alchemization here, but I actually think that Virgo can be like really particular and pay a lot of attention to detail, and it's ruled by Mercury, and the Magician here is actually Mercury, or represents Mercury in the tarot. And I don't know a lot about the current transits that are happening, but I think when you have Mercury showing up, it's kind of highlighting the things that we're good at. In, I guess Virgo can be like a good communicator, and they can think really logically. Like these are Mercurian traits that align with Virgo, I guess. But there's something else here. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe for some of you, it's just like you have a really good balance between the things that you are juggling, and like you really find yourself in a groove because you're doing really well multitasking and doing all the things that you want to do, and you're really like in your element and leaning into your craft, and you're maybe doing lots of like transmuting or things that just like, maybe you're getting really good at like guiding things to happen in a way that just works. It's like win-win for everybody. That's kind of the energy that I get. It's like whatever it is that you're doing here, it actually like turns out to be really helpful for multiple people, or everyone in the situation given. It's kind of like you're working your magic because you see the holes in systems, in things, in ways that other people do not, and you're able to do something about it. You're really effective. I think a lot of you, it's like about being an effective communicator and seeing like the faults, and that's like a Virgo thing, right? We can tend to have that like eye for detail, and I feel like maybe some of you have poured too much into this in the past, or maybe you've noticed that when you're doing your thing, people are not always so happy for you to like stand alone and create these win-win scenarios for everybody, because it makes them not look like, I guess it sets the bar high. It makes you look better than them, and they don't want you to look better than them, and they don't want to like, it's like they want to compete with you even though you're not competing with anyone. So sometimes I feel like it can almost put a target on your back, and you're really just trying to keep people out and do your own thing and just be left to your own devices to like work your quite literal like efficiency magic on your own terms, like just happily on your own, just doing your thing. Like there's no need for anyone to interfere. Like you've got it covered, but you're well aware of it, and you're kind of wise to the situation and the situations that can occur and do arise. And for some of you, like we have the Lovers card here, and the Lovers can be Gemini. I feel like for some of you, you may have like a relationship where a Gemini is coming in quite close nicely too. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, definitely. I think for a lot of you it is actually a romantic relationship coming in. And it's just showing you that like you've built a life where you're balancing, like you've been selective with your priorities. You're balancing them really well. You're focusing on the things that light you up, and you found your craft that you like lean into, and it is really helpful. And like you've got a little bit of wisdom to share from the experiences that you've gathered in life or weathered in life. And I think it means that when you show up, you bring a lot to the table. And I feel like not only are you like in a really attractive energy, but these are like all the attractive qualities about you. And even if it's not a relationship, like I said, like, you know, some of you could already be in one, and this is just like, feels like you've got it all going on. Like in every way you could be winning, you're winning. And even like, you know, sometimes Virgo can be like, have like a strong inner critic, or be, yeah, I don't know. And it's like just wanting you to know that you're doing really well, and you're quite literally on track and on task with everything that you could be doing, and you couldn't have done it better. And that for some of you, it's like upholding boundaries between the things that you want and the direction you want to take your own life and the relationships around you. I think that's probably like a stronger overarching message for everybody in the group, is making sure that you look after and prioritize those things first, and it'll like really bring in your tribe of people, of like-minded people and people that matter. And it's like that whole thing, I'm getting something about like the people that matter don't mind, and the people that mind don't matter. Okay, so that might be like a really good key indicator for you for this group. I also want to talk about hematite. Hematite can be like really grounding. Let's see if I can hold this up closer to the camera. It's almost like a chromy, silvery looking, or metal looking, metal finish, metallic maybe, yeah, crystal. And it can be really grounding. It can be like a protective travel stone. I'm getting something about it can be like really good for the blood, and I'm getting it having some sort of like connection to Mercury. I actually don't know what it is, so that'll be interesting. I'll look it up after this reading, and if I do find anything for it, I'll pop it in the description box for you all. I just feel like it's just going to help keep you safe. It's just like, excuse me, the way that I see it, it's kind of like keeping a protective layer over pre-existing wounds, okay? Something like that. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Okay. So Virgo, that's everything that I have for you for tonight's reading. I hope that it was helpful in some way, and I'll see you all in another video.